Alright, I'm back and going to be putting together some more issues here. This week I'm going to be working on issues 13, 14, and 15. I got right here again. This week's build will be putting together more of the internal hold. All these pieces that have caused me so much strife over the last couple of months are going to be put into their final places, I believe. I think there's only a little bit of test fitting going on here. A lot of this is permanent stuff. I had the revelation that my last video was really long, and that was even after a great deal of speeding up and editing and so on. So what I intend to do moving forward is I am going to continue building multiple issues at the same time, but I will be shooting them separately and posting the videos separately, so maybe try and get a little more regularity to the videos that come out while still trying to get caught up. But as I mentioned last time around, I kind of just hate making the videos. I don't know what it is. That's not entirely true. I enjoy making the videos, but it's just such a hassle to get off my lazy ass and actually do it. But anyway, gonna get started. Issue 13, putting together a lot of the internal pieces there. Issue 14, putting on the rest of the walls around the hold. And then issue 15 is going to be more of the frame, and maybe if I'm feeling my gumption, I might bust out issue 16 as well. But this video will only contain issue 13, so yeah. Off we go. Alright, here's the build guide for issue 13. Just take a quick look inside at all this wonderful crap I can't read. This ship, I don't know if this is actually the Falcon. In katakana Japanese here it says Millennium Falcon on there, and I can't read that kanji. But I'm not sure if this is actually the Falcon in a previous incarnation or if it's just another Corellian freighter, but I really like this paint job. Now, if I wasn't committed to actually building the Millennium Falcon itself, I might actually try to put that paint job on it because I think it's pretty dope. If you take a look more closely, you can see I like the blue ring going on around there and the details on the edges. I think that's just a really slick paint job there. But I'm gonna make it Solo's classic Falcon. As close to the movie as I can accomplish. But anyway, there's that. And hey, there's smooth drinking Colt 45 Landau Calrissian rocking out. And Escape from the Space Slug. There's something about how the Falcon slingshots off a planet. It's really not sure what's going on there, but it is pretty neat. So a little bit of C-3PO's groin there. Lovely. Some information about Camino. Alright, so as we all know from the second crappy Star Wars movie where the clone army was actually grown. And here's our bits and bobs about what we're going to be doing. As I mentioned a little bit before, going to be putting together the internal pieces of the hold, including the Dejarik table, which came in the second issue. That's finally going to find a home. But there's a lot of gluing going on here. And here's the actual build, just telling you how to put it all together there. And a little bit more internal piping looking there. There's certainly a lot more in the original model there than is going to come together in mine, but still there's a fair bit of detail, as you'll see shortly enough. So there we go. That's what we're headed for right now. Alright, here's everything that I'm going to be putting together in this issue. There's a lot of parts going on. These are the walls of the hold. Here are some supports for this piping that's going to go across the floor. There's the Dejarik table going in, and a couple of these pipes are going to go on too. I just wanted to show you real quick that this is actually 4 issues worth of parts coming together all at once. And actually, for this bit, I have already attached the couches, the godforsaken couches. I hate those things. I've already attached those on there and that wall. I think both of those were not actually supposed to be permanently affixed by now, but I went ahead and did it because I'm a jackass. But I don't think that's going to make a big deal because all the other hold walls are going to be going on as well. But yeah, so this is exactly what I'm getting involved with just this issue. So yeah, fun times. Alright, so first things first is we're just going to do a little bit of gluing. We're finally going to put this bad boy in. He's going to sit right in here, and this is just a quick glue job. So, get my handy dandy glue, and my new favorite tool, my cocktail stick. Now this glue, oh crap, this glue has been acting kind of funny over the last couple of times I've used it. I've had to use it to fix my kids' toys around here, and yeah, it's getting a little bit gummy and funky around the edge here. I just hope it's not going to gum up too much. So I'm just going to apply a little dab of glue if I can get it out here. Come on. There we go. A little bit of glue. There you go. Maybe a little more glue than that. The last time I used this glue as well, something got a little bit gummy in there and ended up doing something like that. Okay, now I've got a gigantic glob of glue on my finger. That's great. Well, you're going to go here. And then I am going to deal with this in just a moment. But first, this piece is going on, whether it likes it or not. Doop. There we go. Alright, now let's take care of this frickin' thing. Alright, now I got glue on my finger, and you can see that there's a little bit of the tissue that I used there to try and wipe it away. And now my finger feels all funny. But, well, what are you going to do? Anyway, I'm not going to die. So, next order of business is to screw together the hold walls. And, again, I've already fixed the bunk here and the couch and this hold wall, which I should be doing at this stage, but obviously is already finished. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just put together the pieces of the walls to show you how they're going to sit, and then I'm actually going to screw them all together. So first we got this bit that's going to go right in the top here. And then there's this other side of what they call the alcove. Alright, and I can already see, well, I'm going to see how they're going to slide together, and hopefully they'll stay in a little bit better than this when I actually go for it. Now these are not going to be glued into place, they're just going to be screwed in. And these are going to go in like nya. This one over here goes in like this. And then this piece, I believe, is going to sit down here. These 5 pieces are going to sit on top like this, I believe. Yep, they slot into the floor like this. One each, la-di-da. And then these 2 long skinny pipes are going to go underneath in here. I will probably be just, well, actually, I don't know. I'm going to have to consult the build guide to see whether I should slide these in underneath afterwards or if I should put them down before I glue the supports on. And then these 2 pipes are going to sit in here like this. Well, anyway, they are going to go in there. I'm going to make sure to align them the proper way. But that's the way all these bits are going to sit together. And there's also these 2 pipes which are going to go in, and the technical station which is going to sit right back here like this. And I'm going to be gluing that down as well. And then, well, as you can see already, we're going to have most of the interior hold here completed, apart from this front wall here. I'm not really sure when that one is going to come together, but I am going to be putting that in eventually. So, anyway, let's take this piece all back apart again and do them one at a time. Do them one at a time and screw them into place. Boy, do I love screwing. Ha 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 ha. Alright, so do. All those go there. Alright. And the first one is going to be, I'm just consulting the guide here. Alright, the first one is going to be this wall piece here. So it's going to go like that. And it is a rather loose fit here, but I'm guessing that's on purpose. Anyway, I'm going to have to come at it from the other angle because I'm left-handed. And I'm going to drop a screw, and where did it go? Ah, there we go. Alright. Now that, apologies for the dull visual there while I found the screw that I dropped onto the floor. Alright, and you're going to go like this. Now, I mentioned last time around that the kit comes with what they call machine screws and tapping screws, which are identical in color, but the threading of the screws themselves is different. This part of the assembly called for a grip of these tapping screws. Now, I am just hoping that these are tapping screws and not the machine screws, because they sure as hell look identical to me. I had a hard time. Actually, I spent a fair bit of energy stressing about whether they were tapping or machine screws. It'd be nice if they had color-coded them somehow. You know, what about a little dab of paint on top of one set of screws to identify them easily against the other ones? I mean, you're already threading them differently. What's the difference, right? That'd be helpful. Well, anyway, there's one wall in position. And then, okay, next on the list and the guide is the long back wall here. I'm just going to go in here and, again, hoping that I've got the right kinds of screws. This one doesn't want to sink. There we go. All right. Okay. Come on. All right. And let's get this last one on here. There we go. All right, now we've got 2 walls on. Well, 3 technically. Next is this support structure for the pipes, and for this one, I'm going to need to go in from the bottom side. So, try and make this visible. This might be a little bit challenging from a cinematography standpoint, but we'll see how it goes. This could be challenging. Let's see. Let's do it this way. As you can see, I'm trying to run it through the floor so I can actually see where it pops out. There we go. Now, I learned a little bit in the short time that I've been building this thing that it's a lot smarter to run a couple of screws in and then tighten them all up at the same time after you've got them all lined up. I can learn. I can learn. Okay, where are you? There we go. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. And the 4th one. Here she comes. Alright. So far so good, huh? Okay. In place. Number 2. Number 3. Come on, focus. There we go. And the last one here. Focus, piece of crap. There we go. If you happen to have a video camera you want to donate to my cause and make my life easier so I don't have to keep shooting on my phone, I'll be more than happy to send you my address, because I certainly cannot afford to buy a video camera of my own. Anyway, that's that, and next is, let's see, okay, this side panel here to complete the piping alcove. I'll turn this around and make it easier because I have to fit in. You can see that there are these what they call dovetail sections, that hold it into place there needs to go in from the top. There we go. Alright, and then I'm going to have to screw you down. And according to the guide, these screws will not be visible in the final build. They're going to be replaced, which is good, I guess, because well, these gigantic golden screws in the middle of my model are certainly not movie authentic, are they? I guess we'll see about that. Well, anyway, there could be worse things. I've already cocked up enough of this, but anyway, at the very least, maybe I'll just take a shot of gray paint to it at the tail end, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm trusting the D'Agostini build diaries that I'm looking at online to supplement my inability to read the Japanese language build guides that come with the issues themselves. Alright, and then finally, this last sidewall section. It's going to pop right down on top. I'm going to screw it in from the side. Pardon me while I get my screws. Sorry. Yeah, it would be nice to have a camera that I can actually put somewhere a little bit further away. I'm actually working with the camera sitting directly in between me and the model, which makes it a little problematic and also helps to explain why half the time I'm doing these things it's slightly off center or out of frame, because I'm either going to try doing it through the view screen of my phone or over top of it. Either way, I'm hampering my ability to actually work with it. Things I do to frustrate myself with this kit. Anyway, alright, there we go. All assembled. So there's our walls together, and yeah, these things really do stand out, but, well, they'll be getting out of the way sooner or later. Alright, so, pardon me, I'm just checking the build guide here again to see what it says about those pieces. When you screw the outside corner together after you've fitted the back wall into its dovetail joints, try doing the top screw. The heads of the two brass colored screws here will not be visible in the finished model because, as it says in the assembly section of the magazine, the exposed screw heads will be replaced at a later stage in the assembly. So, yeah, although I am wondering, if I put this piece down here, am I going to be able to get at that screw? Yes, I can. Alright, good. Alright, I'm trusting. I am trusting. Alright. Alright, so then, we've got those wall pieces in. Alright. Now I am going to take a quick reprieve from this shooting session because I need to do a bit of trimming of these pipes and filing them down. So, but hey, through the magic of filming, it's going to be edited out. Alright, so I've just cut out these two piping pieces from the sprue, and what I'm going to be doing is gluing this pipe onto the back of the technical station here. Yeah, I'm still kind of happy with my painting job here. I like that. I mean, it certainly could be better, but hey, I'm an amateur, and for an amateur job, I'm happy with the way it looks. Anyway, I'm going to be gluing this piece onto the back of the technical station and then slapping the technical station into its spot here in the back of the hold where it was sitting a little while ago. And then I'm going to be taking this pipe and tucking it into this back corner here, and I'm going to be needing to use tweezers for that. That'll be fun. And hopefully I'll also get a little more glue on my finger. I managed to peel off some of it in the interim, but anyway. Alright, so first things first, we're going to glue this bit on, and now let me just double check it needs to go on like, yeah, when it sits there. And thankfully, they've designed it with a tiny pin here. You can just barely make it out. And there's a hole on the bottom of the pipe here, as you can see. So that will just allow me to have it sit like that. But I am going to glue it into place, and I'm probably going to get some more glue on my finger. Let's see how that goes. Now I think I'm just going to apply the glue directly to the piece here. Let's see how much glue fricking comes out this time. Not so much. Good, 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 good. Okay. On you go. Boom. Done and dusted. There she goes. Nice fit. Alright. And then let's move you out of the way for now. And then let's glue this puppy straight into the back of the hold here. Tack some glue in there. That's a little bit dark. There we go. Get a better view. It actually looks clearer, easier to see on the video camera than it does in the for real life here. Ah! Stupid glue. Great. It's just a gigantic blob of that glue there. Fantastic. Oh well, whatevs. In you go now. Let's make sure I can line up the holes properly. You know what? I'm going to try and clean up a little bit of this glue here. Piece of crap. Well, now it's going to get glued down solid. Oh yeah. All right. Well, spread it out a little bit so there's not a giant pool of the stuff in one place. Hopefully it's not going to squeeze out too far from the bottom here. All right, down you go. All right. There we go. Technical station is in place. Looking okay. Now then, to get this little teeny tiny pipey here into that corner there, let's see. There is a pin, and it's supposed to sit this way with the pipe, snaking inwards a little bit just around the side of the bunk there. All right. Where are my tweezers at? Okay. Oh, all right, got my tweezers. Okay, we're going to use the cocktail stick. Oh my god, okay, so there was a glob of the glue on the end of my toothpick here, and it's stuck to whatever I had it sitting on. Alright, now I'm going to try and do this slightly more intelligently than I did a moment ago. Let's get a plastic bag here so that if I get glue all over the place, it's not going to go onto my table. Interesting postscript, I was able to simply peel the gigantic slab of glue that I had slopped on it the last time around, which was good because my wife didn't really find out about it that way. So anyway, alright, this glue is kind of gummy, but alright, a little bit. Oops, I'm resetting the camera. What the hell? Okay, this is just like a jelly. There is nothing on there. There's nothing that I can use there. Let's try this again. The excitement of watching a grown man apply glue to a toothpick. What are you doing with yourself this Saturday night? Alright, let's try this again. In you go. There we go. That looks about right. And then let's see if I can't make this happen nicely. Boom. Perfect. Look at that. I am satisfied with that. You are in place nicely. All right, all my other piping pieces are in place as well. All right, so now, next, let me get this crap out of frame again. Alright. And almost glued my finger to that plastic bag. I am awesome. Alright, so let's see. I think that's about... I'm not sure if I'm supposed to glue any of this on. Let's consult another guide real quick, because I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be gluing down the pipes that run under here. And moreover, the guide actually already says that these pieces are contained in another issue, which I need to drag out to replace those screws. Okay, technical station, putting the pipe on. Alright. Alright, so now we're gonna glue down these guys here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're gonna go into place. They do sit rather tightly in there, and I could probably get away with not gluing them, but I am gonna glue them because that's what you're supposed to do. So now let's see how bad. You know what? See, I can learn. I can learn. Sorry about the glare. Come on. Okay, there's some glue. Okay. Frame piece number 1. In you go. Boom. Alright. Whoops. Freaking glue. Alright. And, I don't know if I'm gonna glue these down or what. These little pipes should go in. That's a pretty snug fit. I think I'm just going to leave them there like that and just glue these in above, and there's probably going to be a little bit of spillover glue that's going to help hold them down anyway. So, alright, let's continue gluing. If any glue wants to come out of my thing. Come on. Whoa. Ugh, that was a bit sloppy. Alright. Number 2 here. Okay. Here comes number 3. Come on. Alright, I'm really reaching the end of this tube of glue, hoping I have enough. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jesus, like a glue booger. I did buy another tube of glue because I wanted to make sure that I didn't get postponed in my latest build attempt for that stupid reason like I did once before. See, I can learn. I can learn. Alright, you're in. Number 4. So I just kind of don't want to bust it out right now. I just want to get everything I can out of this tube. Come on. I know you got a little more in there. There we go. I wonder why it's getting all gummy like that. I don't know anything about adhesives. Oh, crap. Certainly something I've never experienced before, but then again, I've never worked this much with glue. Super glue, that is. So, there's a little bit pooled here. Okay, there we go. Alright, last one. go. And in you go. Doop. Just like that. Boom. All right. Right in there. Now, the last bit for this issue is to put in the pipes and replace. Okay, now here's something interesting. Well, the actual issue assembly guide calls for, let me grab them real quick, calls for these pieces here. Oh, wait, it's still in the packaging. The actual issue build guide calls for these pieces here to be clipped out. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. Calls for these pieces here to be clipped out and plugged in there to hold the walls together, and you don't have those giant screws. The online diary does not call for that right now, which is interesting, but let's just poke ahead a little bit and see if there is an answer, because the online guide has proven to be much more helpful because it's written in English. The old door pads. Nope, nothing about that. And on the online guide, those screws are still sitting there in place. I don't know. Well, I tell you what, we're going to leave it for now. I'm going to do a little bit of research, and I'm going to go ahead. I'll just show you where this goes in. Now I'm just going to tuck these guys in here. They are not going to be permanently affixed yet, but this is how they're going to sit. And of course, I am going to make sure that the stripes are aligned properly to make sure it looks right in terms of what it's supposed to look like from the movie. But there we go. That is issue 13 of the Falcon build. I'm going to continue straight on and do issue 14 presently, but I will stop this video here because it's gone on long enough. Thanks for watching, if you did.